Hi everyone, I'm Ananda, the Galactic Mystic. Welcome to my channel. Let's talk about this Sagittarius full moon. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome back to my amazing subscriber family. Some of you already know that we got COVID in my house finally, and it took us out for a little while. It has taken me some time to catch up. It's really amazing how when you are a solo business owner, a solopreneur, how quickly things can get out of hand when you're taken out just for a couple days. So I am slowly but surely catching up. We are feeling fine. And thank you so much for all of your well wishes. So many of you were sending prayers and offering to send us Reiki. And that just really, even just the offer, made my day. And I really, really appreciate you. So this Sagittarius full moon is occurring on June 14th, 2022 at 7:51 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. Now, like I said, I am behind on things and I was really hoping to get this video out to you sooner, but honestly, I'm just happy to get it out to you at all. I am sitting here melting in my chair. It is so hot here. Is it hot where you are? Oh, yes. I need a pool. Anyway, so our leading edge tarot guidance for this full moon in Sagittarius is the Star card. Now, this is the Aquarius card, and it helps us connect with hope, wisdom, deeper relationships with people. It helps us connect with the future that we are creating in this now moment. Now, that is very much in alignment with Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius energy is able to see the long game. We can see down the road. We can take the us that we are now and transpose ourselves into another place and time, and be able to imagine, empathize what that will be like. Sagittarius energy is able to put Sagittarius energy helps us put ourselves in other people's shoes. It helps us see the whole picture. Now, I've already been seeing a lot of posts about this full moon, like, yay, it's a Sagittarius full moon. So, this makes everything feel better. This is beautiful energy, Sagittarius, yay. Now, in essence, that is true of Sagittarius energy, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter makes us feel wonderful, whether, for better or worse. But the reason this full moon is the moon of the big con is because we have a square with Neptune, and any kind of square with Neptune is disappointment, shattering illusions, cons, people running cons against you, you running cons against others, but you're not going to do that. I know you. This square with Neptune is a harsh reality, but there is good news too. So let's talk about this a little bit. So I have been feeling this full moon energy since last week. And the way that it came into my life is really pretty textbook for this full moon forecast. So I was casually scrolling through Instagram, and to my shock and surprise, I came across screenshots of my website put on someone else's background and passed off as their work, including copyrighted images that I pay licensure for to be able to use, and just a whole situation of copyright law infringement and intellectual property rights, like law breaking. It's illegal, right? And so once I got over the shock of seeing this, it's just, I can't believe people do that. First of all, I'm an idealist. That's my problem. So I politely commented, these are, images, these are screenshots of my website. This is, I have a copyright. I would appreciate credit. And so days went by, nothing happened. And then I got a little louder. There were 4 posts that included copyrighted images and screenshots of my website. And so in each one of these posts, I started getting a little louder. So after that, this person who has a very big and shiny social media account has obviously spent a lot of time, maybe money, on their image, and then treating other people's work like a restaurant that they are choosing to dine and dash. So what ended up happening is that after this person mocked me, said things like, information is universal. Nobby, that's why copyright law exists. But anyway, then she ended up taking down the post and then blocking me. And I don't care about that's a coward move, but whatever. I was leaving open the opportunity for her to be like, oh my gosh, my bad. What would you like me to do? Would you like me to take them down, or can I give you credit? And we could have been cool, right? But instead, this person acted like this world that we live in. She acted like an abuser. She treated me the way the Matrix treats us. And when we have thought leaders, spiritual teachers, spiritual, leaders who are acting like the system we are trying to rebuild, take down and rebuild, we have a really big problem. Now, the thing that is hard to stomach, there are a lot of things hard to stomach with this, but one of those things is that for the most part, people don't care if their spiritual leaders are plagiarizing. But we need to care, because that's a con being run on you as well. Now, calling this the moon of the big con sounds a little political, and I don't even mean it that way, but it is telling that these hearings are happening right now. There's a lot of change bubbling in our world. And when it comes to our personal lives, for all of us, this full moon is going to be revealing a big con in our lives. Now, it's going to be different for each one of us. If you are running the con, it's never too late to stop and do the right thing. If you discover the con is being run on you, there's such an incredible opportunity to stand up for ourselves, to react in a way that fosters self-respect. This is a lesson for light workers, especially if you are a thought leader, a healer, a teacher, you identify as an empath, a light worker. This lesson of standing up for ourselves against other light workers who are running a con against us, and there are a lot of them. Standing up with integrity, self-respect is like the best freaking medicine. This is especially true for those of us who are trauma survivors, abuse survivors, because we have been taught to be nice to our abusers, Don't upset them. Be nice. Don't upset them. That's a con. We can't be doing that anymore. We have a supportive sextile with Saturn. Hold on, I'm going to bring up the chart for you. So here is our full moon at 23 degrees and 25 minutes of Sagittarius opposing the sun. Here is our Neptune square making a T square. And let me tell you, when we have a T square, we need to think about this missing leg. We need to think about the opposing energy that is missing. And in this case, it is Virgo energy. So we want to be thinking about purification, doing things the right way, working with integrity, making a plan, digesting things to get to the Sagittarian truth, because there's something going to be burst. There's going to be a burst bubble somewhere in our lives. And because it's a full moon, it's something coming to a head, to an end. And then we get to like take the next steps in this new actual truth that we are cultivating and allowing to be revealed to us. Now, our planetary ruler, Jupiter, is in Aries with a Mars Chiron conjunction. So this is seriously healer, warrior energy that will hurt at first, but it doesn't have to hurt once we sort of give ourselves permission to be angry, give ourselves permission to have our own backs. And it would be nice if we would have each other's backs too. That's something that we really need to work on in the spiritual communities, having each other's backs. Imagine that. Yeah, so this sextile with Saturn, who is here. This is a highly supportive energy. This is where we are supported by right action. Saturn has recently gone retrograde. So this is karma bubbling up, rubbling up that karma. People who like to act like karma doesn't exist or like spiritual integrity isn't a thing are going to have the hardest time with this full moon and the days to come after it, because Saturn will kick your ass if you are not doing what you know is right. If you know what's right and you're choosing to do something else, let me tell you, it's not easy to do the right thing, but sometimes you have to do it anyway and sit with the discomfort. And that's growth, that's mastery. And that pleases Saturn. And in this sextile, he's just holding the bounty, holding a bounty of gifts for you. If you can earn the ticket through the door to get it. Saturn. Now we do have Mercury, who has recently entered Gemini. He is sitting on the Pleiades. This is all about, all right, let's bring our thoughts back home to the body. Let's handle nurturing our nervous system in the middle of this. This is a stressful situation. Not only is this a Sagittarius full moon, but in this cycle of North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio, we are in the Sagittarius phase of this nodal cycle. So this is like double extra Sagittarius energy. And that's the type of stuff that we were going through in the first like year and a half of the pandemic, when everybody was at each other about wearing masks and getting the thing, and everybody is hating everyone for why? So expect some of that. To see it, but you don't have to play the game anymore. And that's the thing with this Neptune square. The gift is the truth, especially when we're talking about Sagittarius and Jupiter in the game here. I want the truth. I really do. So the sun is sitting on fixed star Mintaka. This is in the Orion constellation. Mentaka is the star on the right side of Orion's belt. The stars in Orion's belt have been called many different things: the three kings, the golden walnuts in Arabia, and even in ancient Scandinavia, this was known, it was associated with Frigga, who was the goddess who spun the threads of life. Now, Mintaka is connected with good fortune, immense confidence in the self and in our own abilities and talents. This energy helps us pursue goals, which that Virgo energy likes that I talked about, and the Sagittarius energy and the energy of the star, helping us see those future goals, being like, I believe in myself, I can do this. Even if I'm having some discomfort, I'm gonna do the right thing and I'm gonna pursue my goals because there's a reason why I'm here. There's a reason why you're here. Great accomplishments can be made under these energies. Another interesting thing is the asteroid Baptisma is very tightly conjunct this full moon. And of course, a baptism is a spiritual purification. What if we just let ourselves from this moment be purified? Again, this is that missing Virgo energy in that T-square with the full moon and Neptune. Purification. You know, the Vestal Virgins who guarded the sacred flame in Athena's temple. Now, some sources say they were actual virgins, and some sources say that they were virginal in a spiritual way, in a, come on words, metaphorical way. That when they would, after they would engage in coupling, they would go to the sacred wells and purify themselves in the waters. They would then become pure again, virginal again. There is no real loss of purity ever. This full moon helps us remember that it's never too late to start over, to start on a better footing. Both the sun and the moon and asteroid Ceres has been hugely wackadoodle out of bounds for a while. And we're going to start seeing this in our food supply and our abilities to nurture ourselves and our families. But I think we know that's coming. The sun and moon being out of bounds gives this full moon another kind of bit of extraness. These energies are not going to play the way we think they are. They are running on their own rules right now. It's a good time to have that supportive Saturn sextile on our sides. So how are things going for you? You know, last night we had a ton of geomagnetic storms and I could not sleep for crap. I woke up feeling like I hadn't slept at all. So these energies are hot. They're live wire energies. So make sure you are taking that Pleiades advice and taking care of our high heart connection, taking care of our nervous system and grounding into our bodies, because there's nothing more sacred than being a human being on this planet at this time. And it is an honor to be here with you. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. And if you would like to sort of stay on top of what's happening with Galactic Mystic, make sure you sign up for my newsletter It will not trigger a series of automated emails, but there are some changes coming, and I'm very excited to share them with you. So make sure that we have that ability to communicate with each other. Love you guys. I hope you have a great full moon, and I'll see you soon.